97 minutes of non-wrestling is a choice. They chose to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So back to what is value? What do you find valuable? What is the sweet spot? I'm not asking to go back to 10 match cards. I'm not asking them to run 4 hours either. 3 hours is more than enough time to do something great. The question is, what do you do with it? Because 97 minutes of non-wrestling is a choice. They chose to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that time is being filled with video packages and stalling and entrances that run longer than some matches. And then moments that could have just aired on Raw. So from the live perspective, while I'm just sitting there waiting for the next match to start, what were you guys seeing on television in between matches?
Advertisements.
Damn.
It really reminds me of radio. You know what I mean?
100%.
It reminds me of radio. Really, the matches are secondary. You know what I mean? Just like the music on radio is secondary. It's the ads.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those companies have invested in WWE. Hey, we got those eyes watching. Promote. You know what I mean? Market this stuff to those eyes, and they're doing a great job of what their job is, to advertise and market and promote. Doing a great job of that. Mm-hmm. But at the expense of who? Us. You know what I mean? The actual consumer of the main thing of what we're trying to watch, which is the wrestling.
We'll be right back. We're pay some bills.
Come on now. Mind you, we've grown up under this. Again, there's really nothing new under the sun. But it's just a thing of like, hey, again, it's just very blatant. It's just like, you're wasting all this time. VS, to kind of, I think, honestly, especially for, you have to meet the needs for value for those watching and those in attendance. And I think for those in attendance, if you're doing this, mind you, you're raising up prices and things of that nature, you're going to have to give. So basically, you're going to either have to add some more matches to these cards. Mind you, you have a plentiful roster. There shouldn't even be an excuse of like, it's not like, oh, the roster's depleted and we only got like 12 guys on the roster and we have to run 4 matches. No, you have a plentiful roster that's on 2 different main rosters. You have NXT. So it shouldn't be any excuse of like, hey, we don't have the workers. You have the workers. You have the time.
Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard, he's defending the 4-match PLE. Matter of fact, he says that 4 matches is optimal. And his argument is that every TV appearance now generates rights fees, revenue. So the incentive to pack the card is gone. And another thing that was brought up in that interview that he was doing is that the talent does not get paid the same way. Their contracts are pretty much what they are, whether they're opening the show or closing the show. So fighting to get on the card and having a match at the card has no reflection on their paycheck. Even a WrestleMania payday really doesn't matter anymore. And once upon a time, it really did matter to get that WrestleMania payday.
Yeah. Kurt, they're going to say that would get like a bonus $50,000 to $60,000.
Right. So they changed the structure of paying their talent. So now it's not about who draws the house. It's about the brand drawing the house.
Yeah.
I disagree like a but Dutch Mantell, Memphis legend, his counter is that 6 or 7 matches is the sweet spot. So I want to ask you guys, in your mind, for a 3-hour PLE, whether you're watching it at home or watching it live, what do you think is more important, the number of matches, the amount of time that you get wrestling, or the moments that come out of the show? And we'll start with Madison Jay.
So if we could we won't even go super far. We'll just, we'll go into the beginning of the millennium, year 2000. So mind you, we're going into WrestleMania season, WrestleMania 2000. Mind you, that card was, it was pretty stacked in terms of the matches, like involvement, a lot of 4-ways, a lot of triple threats. We've, in those years since then, we've encountered a lot of WrestleMania cards to where the cards are very large. Mind you, this is the event that is a culmination of basically a year-long period, your season finale, if you will.
Right.
If you even just PLEs in general, like if the season is the month, we won't even go WrestleMania, but we'll just say like Elimination Chamber. So that whole monthly cycle 3 to 4 weeks is a period of, hey, okay, we're starting a chapter and we're getting to the end of the book or the end of the chapter with such PLE. If you have, again, we're looking at the rosters for SmackDown and Raw, plentiful, because you have at least a title per division. You have about three on the men's, 3 on the women, maybe 4 and 4, give or take. But all these storylines involving these things, you don't want to have them have a what's considered the final, the culmination of these battles and whatnot. You don't want to have them come ahead at the PLE. Mind you, you're using the show as the build up to these things. So if you have, again, all these, and I know these guys are in tune with online with what the internet is saying and speaking on and things, that podcasts and all this, and you guys are hearing this a lot. You guys, hey, such and such isn't being used, such and such isn't being used, such and such isn't being used, such and such is stuck in catering, and et cetera, et cetera. It's like, bro, you have this whole platform of a PLE that could have them working, doing their thing, and yet you're still trying to squeeze out these 4 matches and sometimes 5. But again, I really just think it all boils down to advertising. You know what I mean? Hey, if we only have 4 matches, all of them ranging anywhere from probably like 10 to 25 minutes, guess what? We're squeezing out commercials and everything as much as we can in those open periods. So I think they just don't even give a damn about having people on the card in terms of wrestling, but just more like, hey, we're going to give them enough, just something to watch, but also like we have to make sure that we get those ads in, you know, to just utilize all these eyes that we're getting. So I think unless it's something that's really bought up by the people, they're just going to keep giving us these smaller cards, and they're just going to keep, I think they'll get smaller, but they're just going to keep getting more ad-friendly events as time goes on.
You're with the sickest. I cough with bad intentions. I need your riches and the food up off your dishes. These statements are malicious. You rappers leave me in stitches. Hardy hard, you small like Marty Marr. I just lean